First City Focus is supported in part by First Vincennes Savings Bank, a community lender committed to making loan decisions locally. Online at frsb.net. Good Samaritan, a regional healthcare center offering a variety of services from primary care to same-day joint replacement surgery and more. Good Samaritan online at gshvin.org. Duke Energy, powering the lives of its customers and communities. Online at duke-energy.com. And by Vincennes PBS members, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to First City Focus. I'm your host, Nicole Carey. On this episode, you may be surprised to learn how many children in our local area go to bed each night without an actual bed of their own. We'll meet the organizers of Dream Builders of Indiana to learn how they are tackling this issue with the help from the community. The Vincennes YMCA is taking on an expansive renovation. We'll find out what's being transformed for the facility. The Vincennes Township Fire Department is using drone technology to help serve the local community in different ways. We'll take a look at how this is being done. And the Knox County Chamber hosted its latest State of session. We'll find out the state of Knox County's local government. We have these stories and more right now on First City Focus. If you know a family who has struggled to make ends meet, you might know a child or two who have gone without an actual bed of their own to sleep in. Well, a recently established nonprofit in our area is trying to eliminate that problem one bed at a time. President Jason Marceau and Vice President Matthew Perry are here to help us get to know Dream Builders of Indiana. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
So Dream Builders of Indiana is a unique nonprofit. Some folks might ask, is there really a need in our area to provide beds to children in need? You've evidently seen this need, so tell us how Dream Builders came to be.
So I've been a hobbyist woodworker for several years now, and with that I scroll different forums and pages and stuff like that, and someone posted a link to this national nonprofit. And they just simply said, hey, is anybody doing this? Do you know about this? So I clicked on the link, I looked at it, and on the national level, they provide beds for kids in need. Mm-hmm. It just drew me to that. Mm-hmm. I had to do something. So I continued researching this company or this nonprofit and looking at it, and they have a chapter in Evansville.
Okay.
And I thought, wow, this is amazing. I've got to do something. I've got to be a part of this. Mm-hmm. Well, they don't service Gibson County, where I live, and they don't service Knox County, where I work. Mm-hmm. So I just felt compelled, I've got to do something. So there's obviously a need. We have a national nonprofit who's doing the same exact thing.
So locally, you kind of felt the call. And
Correct.
So how did you start? What was your first step?
So the first step was I had no idea what to do. I've never been a part of the nonprofit world or anything like that. So I asked around, and somebody said, hey, you should probably reach out to Marcia Lambert, who is the head of the Isaiah 117 project. So I did, and set up a meeting with her just to pick her brain, get some ideas, and we had a really long conversation, and she really, I kind of looked to her as a mentor in this process.
Okay. Well, I'm sure as awareness grows of what you guys are doing as Dream Builders of Indiana, there are probably more children making your list, individuals trying to make sure they can help get their names on there. Who is eligible to receive a bed, and what is the application process like?
So the application process is really simple. You go to our website, dreambuildersofindiana.org. On there, there's links and there's buttons everywhere. Mm-hmm. Just it says apply for a bed. So you go there and you apply, fill out a short form, and there's a spot on that form for the parent or guardian to tell us the story. Why do they need a bed? Mm-hmm. For people who need a bed, we require they need to be at least 3 years old, up to 18 or 17. They have to have a space for the bed. Mm-hmm. We can't give somebody a bed if they're they don't have room
They
for
don't have
it.
anywhere to put it.
Exactly, exactly. And that's about it. Our bed committee will review every application, and we go with who we see has the most need at the time.
Okay.
What's extremely beneficial about this website too is not only can you apply for a bed, but those who want to get involved, they can get on this website and they can find out days that they can actually come out and help us, or maybe they just want to donate and purchase a bed for a child. So our website, it's full of photos. We have a lot of great things going on this website. So I'm just really thankful that we have something like that for just not only to apply for a bed, but to even show our progress and how much we have going on.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I think it's always important as nonprofits to, you ask for donations and support. It's important to show what it is that you're doing. How has the community response been as you guys have gone along in the last few months?
It's I was a little nervous at first. I wasn't sure how the community would feel about it. Every single child, I think you can agree, every single child and family member have been welcoming with open arms. People we don't know that well have been donating just because they love the cause. And more so than it's more than just a nonprofit for kids, but it's a nonprofit for kids here in our local community, which really, it really means a lot to us. We really want to help these kids in the community, in the community we live in.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing.
As you've gone along, have you been surprised that there is such a need in our area?
Absolutely. As law enforcement officers, we see the need that other people don't see. With that, I've reached out to all the law enforcement agencies and with simple handed out pamphlets and business cards and said, hey, if your officers see a child in need, just hand them this pamphlet and say, hey, check out this organization, they're doing great things. We've reached out to CPS in both Knox and Gibson counties. And we're just trying to get the word out. Right now, as of this month, we've helped 10 kids with beds.
That's amazing.
Since November of 2023. And we've got 21 on our waiting list right now.
Right.
So.
I know you don't provide just a bed frame. It's
Correct.
everything from the mattress, the bedding, the pillow. How has that process been, I guess, to outfit the bed? Because I know you're a woodworker, you've worked on frames, and we'll talk about some donations here in just a minute.
Okay.
But as far as the mattresses and everything, have you found other partners that are helping you along the way, or is it you're solely relying on donations from the public?
So as far as the bed materials and stuff like that, we've really partnered with Menards in Princeton. They've helped us out tremendously. But for the other stuff, we just go to different areas and we just purchase them. We haven't actually found anybody to partner with to supply those yet.
Okay. I know a recent donation came from Vincennes University. They're renovating one of the dorms here, and so with that comes rooms of bed frames that they no longer need. You and your team went through to find viable bed frames that you can now use. How many did you end up being able to gather?
Absolutely. We went through close to 300 bed frames and we picked the best 75. Princeton Police Department was gracious enough to give us a spot to store these beds in one of their garages. And yeah, we were just so amazed that we were able to get 75 beds. My goal for these beds are to partner with foster families. When a foster family has a need for a bed, they usually have a need right now.
Right.
With our current process, it could be months before we can provide a bed to a certain child. With this, having the beds on stock and an inventory, I really believe we can help out these foster families a lot quicker process.
Okay. I know you both work in law enforcement. You've also partnered with some different police entities in Gibson and Knox. What is it like being able to set up part of a child's bedroom, their bed, and have the law enforcement involved? What does that do for relations and letting the kids know that police are also good folks too?
It's fantastic. With us being in law enforcement and just about every single police officer, we want to give back and help the community. That's why we're in this career, that's why we're in that profession. So having the opportunity to not only do that as our job, as work, we can also take time out of our day to even further benefit the community and help the community and actually be in contact with these kids one-on-one and say, hey, you know what, police officers are here. We're trying to help. We're doing our best, and just putting a smile on their face makes it all worth it.
What is one of the most memorable moments you've had so far when you've gifted these beds and you see the kid walk into their room?
So there's this one family, the child walks in just so happy. He was sleeping on an air mattress. And he said, great, now my mom can have a bed to sleep on. She can have my air mattress.
Oh, wow.
That brought
Yeah.
that brought tears to my eyes. It
Yeah.
was amazing. It was amazing.
He came in with the biggest smile I've ever
Oh my
seen on a
gosh,
little
yes.
kid's face, jumped
Yeah.
on his bed, and we just knew that, you know what, we did it.
Yeah.
We finally did it.
And of
Yeah.
course, his first thought is his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's just a good testament to the need in our community and how this is getting fulfilled, and you guys are just getting started. If somebody watching this wants to get involved somehow, donate, or, you know, maybe champion the cause and spread the word, how can they reach out?
Absolutely. So dreambuildersofindiana.org is our website. We have contact information on there. We've got a place to donate. We have a place to apply for a bed. We have pictures. We have photo galleries. We've got all of our information's on there. Our web host doesn't like videos, so we post our videos on our Facebook page, which you can find us by searching Dream Builders of Indiana.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much for what you're doing for the community, and we're excited to see where Dream Builders goes. Thanks for being here.
Us as well.
To follow along with Dream Builders of Indiana, you can also follow a link on our website, vincenneспbs.org. With a commitment to a better future for all, the Vincennes YMCA has a big capital improvement plan in the works. News Director Dave Foster and photojournalist Dave Novak take us through the plans for the facility on College Avenue.
A hub of the community. That's how someone recently described the YMCA of Vincennes. That's because this 50-year-old facility is now home to so many services for Vincennes and Knox County that it's hard to imagine life without it. It's home to not only what you would expect at a Y, but it's also a senior center and a public transportation service. And they offer child care, and there is much more to come. It's been about 25 years since any major changes have happened here, and currently there is a $2.5 million capital improvement plan underway. That plan includes renovations, creating a new early childhood development area to be run by the Vincennes School Corporation, a total reworking of what was once the gymnastics area, and later on a refurbishing of the main lobby. It's all being overseen by CEO Dennis Cordes, who became the Y's leader just this year.
You know, most of what I'm going to get accomplished, there's been a lot of groundwork laid by the board of directors and the finance committee. You know, as we talked about, how well have I kept the budget in the last 3.5 months? Well, that comes from having a good foundation. And the YMCA has always had a good foundation. So I'm just going to try and rebuild and strengthen what's come before me.
About half of what's needed to pay for all of the changes here has been raised, and Cordes told us that most of that is from donations and endowments, both big and small.
Grants through Eli Lilly and donations from everywhere from $20 up to $250,000 so far. So we've had great community support.
During our visit, the local Rotary Club stopped by with a generous $25,000 gift for the cause.
The work that they do here, what they're doing for the children, fostering strong minds, making a safe place for our community and for people to be involved and active is important.
Helping kids get off to a good start is what Cordes is passionate about in his job, and he knows that what's happening here at the Y is how to make that happen. He believes the new pre-K school at the Y property will help give kids a foundation they need, and then when they come to the Y, those fundamentals will be reinforced.
The pre-K program is going to be one of the key steps in making every other part of their life, that child's life, successful. If you don't have that base, I mean, whose fault is that? If we don't provide that for them, that's on us, you know. So to say, kids today, you know, the kids don't have this or that. If we don't, give them those opportunities to hit the key developmental points with proper nutrition and proper education and a good environment to learn and thrive in, then we're at fault.
Everyone seems to be very excited about the changes coming to the gymnastics area, where old school play will meet some new technology. There'll be simulators with almost any sport you can imagine, which will benefit not only Y members but the entire community.
And part of that system will also be used by the kids through the Vincennes Community School Corporation. They'll go up there, team activities that you can program into it. We're also going to reinstall sports walls. And the sport walls are another one of those competitive things that get kids interacting with technology, but having the actual ball in their hand. So it's not just a remote control and you're playing football on an old Coleco.
In addition to the sports training, the child care, the new preschool, various seasonal camps, and more, there's programming and services geared toward those in the latter part of life.
And we're going to start doing more and more senior activities to bring seniors in to the Y. We've already done the common area in the front for lunches. For $3, you can get a nutritious and delicious fresh cooked meal. You need a ride? $5, you get a round trip and a lunch. I don't know where in town you can get a good nutritious lunch for $5.
The YMCA will be a place for seminars for issues concerning senior citizens, and this is a place where older adults have always loved to play pickleball. So don't say there's nothing to do in Knox County for kids of all ages.
All the things that everybody says, well, there's nothing for our kids to do. There's nothing for your kids to do if you don't avail yourself to the services that are here and available. There's plenty of things to do here if you just take that minute to do it.
And thanks to those who care about having things to do and have the knowledge and resources to help make it happen, the YMCA of Vincennes will continue to be and become an even bigger hub for Vincennes and Knox County. For photojournalist Dave Novak, I'm News Director Dave Foster for First City Focus.
To learn how you can help out the Y in its endeavors, just visit our website. Well, when you think about your local fire department, do you think of the crews putting out fires? While that is a big part of their duties, it's not the only one. As Nicole Cardano-Hillary and Dave Novak show us, technology is helping the Vincennes Township Fire Department take to the skies to aid in their service to the community.
Unmanned aerial vehicles, or more commonly known as drones, are aircrafts without any human pilot, crew, or passenger on board. Drones were originally developed through the 20th century for military purposes. Since then, their use has expanded to various non-military usage. Our very own Vincennes Township Fire Department has a drone that is being used in a variety of functional ways. Department Captain Randy Jones is highly trained in the operation of the drone.
It can be used for the search and rescue, or like the sheriff's department, they may call us to assist in if they have a suspect that's possibly wanted. We can use it as a fire to monitor fire conditions. We can use it any large incident for like situational awareness. So it has many uses. Also, and you'll see here in just a little bit, it has a drop device. Say we have somebody out in the water while our water rescue team's getting ready, we can maybe get that drone deployed and drop a life vest or something to them for them to get a hold of.
There are many beneficial bells and whistles on this drone, which Jones will tell you are valuable when it comes time to the different scenarios this high-tech device is used for.
So with this drone, it has the capability to drop pinpoints on whatever item we're looking for. So if we find a person, we drop a pinpoint on them, it'll show exactly where they're at. It'll pull up a QR code, and then we can scan it with our phone and see exactly where they're at on the map. It also has a speaker spotlight combo, so we can talk to people if we need to. They can't respond back to us, but we can at least give them instructions as needed. And also has a spotlight that's extremely bright that we can light up an area if need be.
The camera on the drone has some basic movements like 360 degrees rotation, horizontal movement, left to right, right to left, while still focusing on the subject of interest. And believe it or not, that's not all.
It actually has 3 cameras built into one, but it has the wide view and the zoom camera, which is up to 200 times zoom. That's good for daylight, but at nighttime, with that thermal and infrared, it picks up heat signatures. So at nighttime, obviously, that other cameras wouldn't be very useful, so that thermal will pick up the heat signatures off the people, and we can kind of make out what they are and locate them easier. So it's good to monitor the fire conditions, especially a large building where the incident commander or the person assisting the incident commander can keep an eye on a larger portion or the entire building with that drone, so that it will pick up the heat signatures from the fire.
Flying in an urban area comes with its challenges, and that's not even accounting for Mother Nature.
So all of your obstacles you got to be aware of. You got the power lines, and again, we got to maintain that line of sight. So all the buildings and just everything you got to keep in mind of to keep it in the line of sight. It is rated, they call it all weather, so it can fly in the rain, it can fly in higher wind speeds, and then they call it the extreme temperatures, so lower temperatures and then higher temperatures. So we're happy with that all weather.
The fire department will be hosting several different youth recruiting camps for a range of ages. For more information on those events, you can visit their Facebook page at Vincennes Township Fire Department. For First City Focus, I'm Nicole Cardano-Hillary.
The Vincennes Township Fire Department is always looking for volunteer firefighters as well. If you or someone you know is interested in finding out how to become a volunteer firefighter, you can follow a link on our website. The Knox County Chamber recently hosted its latest installment of its State of series. Vincennes PBS is the title sponsor of the series. As part of our involvement, we are happy to record these sessions and provide them for viewing online. We're going to share with you now an excerpt from the State of Government session, which features Knox County Commission President Kelly Streeter, Bicknell Mayor Thomas Estabrook, and Vincennes Mayor Joe Yoakum.
The state of government, in my opinion, is better than it ever has been before. And that's for one reason. We have and are continuing to and planning to collaborate across multi-sectors, whether it's our roads and bridges, whether it's the ambulance service we partnered and started for this community, whether it's the Pantheon and all of our economic development efforts at our industrial parks, whether it's here at Vincennes University. We just partnered with them on a major Lilly community collaboration project. The face of our county, the face of our cities are changing, and it's because we're working together. Some of the other really big highlights recently, I think most have probably seen in the news, is our Parks Department. We finally have a thorough, thanks to another project of our QAW, of getting the electrical plan at our Wabash Trails Park buttoned up. The Parks Department put it to bid. We have a local bidder, Skill Electric, or Lidl Electric, which is Skill, and we're going to get that launched with local ARPA money very soon.
Our law enforcement interlocal agreement with the county, which we are now in year number 5, as hard as that is to believe, and it continues to be extraordinarily successful. It's kept costs under control and has kind of alleviated the struggle that we had in finding law enforcement officers, as a lot of other cities do. And we do have a new officer that we're hiring. Chief Smith is retiring after 4 great years with us, and our new guy, Doug Saltwood, will be starting with us. He actually starts tomorrow, shadowing Chief Smith for about a month. So just that cooperation is what makes this a lot easier than what maybe it has been in the past. So the County Redevelopment Commission has been basically a godsend to Bicknell. With their help, we've been able to complete a multitude of projects, the first of which was the splash pad at Southside Park. With their help of $150,000, the splash pad has basically changed the entire park, and that gift was just life-changing for us. And I know that sounds extraordinary, but it really was. We had $85,000 from them to complete one of our community crossings projects, which was Russell Drive, the main industrial park road, which the surface of the moon was smoother than that road. And so we were fortunate enough to get that fixed. We kept promises to folks in the industrial park who had been promised for years, we're going to fix this road, we're going to fix this road. Well, nobody ever had any money, and after you spent $400,000, you get an idea as why nobody ever did it before. So that has opened the industrial park up. That partnership helped make that happen.
As far as the city goes, probably the biggest thing going right now is our road construction projects. Washington Avenue, the plan is by football season, there'll be asphalt down. It won't be the finished asphalt, but there'll be asphalt that we can drive on for football season. One of our paving projects is Hart Street. And we're paving from 15th there to stoplight all the way out to the schools. Well, the area between 15th and the stoplight at McDonald's, We're doing what's called a road diet, where we have 2 lanes of traffic east and 2 west. We are switching that to 1 lane each way and a middle turn lane. And the reason for that is because we've had 60 accidents in the last 4 years. And if you want to be kept up on city road projects, the city app's the way to do it. And you can always call my office or city engineer and we will answer any questions you have.
You can watch the entire State of Government program, as well as the other installments covering workforce, healthcare, and education on our website, vincenneспbs.org. And now for our final focus. The spirit of Vincennes Rendezvous never fails to overload the senses. Between the battle reenactments to kids' activities and the food booths, there is always something for everyone. If you missed out on attending this year's festivities, don't worry. It may not be exactly like being there in person, but we'll take you there now. Let's check out the sights and sounds of this year's festivities.
Prime and load.
Reason for the battle was we were moving our column, trying to get from one spot to another. The Brits had noticed that we had taken a rest. They're trying to stop our troops from moving from point A to point B. And also, if there's any supplies that they can capture for their army, they're going to try to also do that. Our job was we were on the left flank, and we moved around the edge of the British line and took on their light infantry and pushed their light infantry back, which refused their right flank, which made them kind of crumble on top of each other. And then they started pulling back.
It's just a lot of fun. It's a good community event, and you see a lot of people you know, but it also brings a lot of visitors, and it's good for the city. I mean, it's a real income generator, and it's nice for Vincennes to have kind of a signature event, you know. So, and it's been going on a long time, and it'll keep going a long time, I'm sure.
Good boys.
Her mane is so soft.
I have done it for 50 years, so I like it. It's been doing it for a long time, and it's fun. This is a family. We care about each other, and regardless of whether we're in what regiment, the hobby is very good if you have small children, because they grow up sort of with you, but yet they're enjoying the teenage friends as well. So they can be with you, but not really with you.
My dad's been doing it since 1981, and that's how I got into it. I love the hobby. I encourage more people to step up, learn history the proper way, crack a book, and do as much history as you can.
Brave work, I say.
Another great year for the Rendezvous. Well, that does it for this edition of First City Focus. For everyone here at Vincennes PBS, I'm Nicole Carey. We'll see you again next week.
First City Focus is supported in part by First Vincennes Savings Bank, a community lender committed to making loan decisions locally. Online at frsb.net. Good Samaritan, a regional healthcare center offering a variety of services from primary care to same-day joint replacement surgery and more. Good Samaritan online at gshvin.org. Duke Energy, powering the lives of its customers and communities. Online at duke-energy.com. And by Vincennes PBS members, thank you.